real quick before we get into the video, the merch that I'm rocking right now that says release the Epstein files, the link to go ahead and make a purchase is right there in the description. It's also at the bottom of the video. You'll see it right there at www.wakeuptheworld.shop. So yeah, you guys can go ahead and check it out. Very reasonable prices. This is the most comfortable hoodie I've ever worn in my life. I'm just being honest with you. I also have on sweats. You just can't see it right now. I will have photos posted on my Instagram page. Okay. The link to the Instagram page will also be in the description. And yeah, so if you guys want to help raise awareness to the situation and also be stylish while doing so, I would highly recommend checking out that website. All right. Also check out our TikTok page and our Instagram page. Okay. So now that we got that out the way, let's get into this video here. This is a video that was posted by Everlasting Awareness. Shout out to him. I also did a podcast with Everlasting Awareness recently. The podcast will be linked. It'll be in the homepage of my YouTube channel. So yeah, you can go ahead and check out my channel and it'll be easy to find that way. It should be in a playlist called My Appearances.
I need to find my people because y'all not mad enough for me. Y'all not mad enough. The ultimate crime is stealing somebody's life. They're stealing your life. When I woke up and realized that I started working at 16 and I left my last 9 to 5 earlier this year at the age of 41, for 25 years I've been doing something that my soul did not come down here to do, that I didn't want to do, but bills. When you realize that your life is being taken away from you, when you realize you have been indoctrinated and brainwashed your entire life, your life is your birthright. That's what you down here to do, and they took it for their own gain. That's the ultimate crime. Y'all not mad enough for me. Sure, you say you want to pay your taxes and you need businesses. It's not even those things. It's the greed behind it all. Yeah, you feel like you need to work. Cool. 5, 6, 7 days is wild. 2, 3 days max. Nobody is supposed to. There was this art show. When I find the name of it, I'll put it in the caption. And they had this robot, and it was supposed to clean. And eventually the robot unalived itself. The robot unalived itself because it realized that was its only purpose. But you're not a robot. You are a human being in your nervous system. You got these medications and this fear and this doubt and this anxiety and this worry because your nervous system is fucked up because they fucked it up. You not mad? You not mad that when you buy something here and you buy the same thing from the same company in another country, it has actual natural ingredients, but they poisoning you over here? You not mad about that? You not mad that they taking your money? Not that they taking it just for taxes and for stuff that needs to be done, but taking it to steal it. Y'all not mad at that? I gotta find my people because I'm mad about it.
No, listen. The reason why people are not... Listen. People are mad about it, but they're not talking about it as much as they should. Or there's not enough people talking about it. So this is the thing, right? And I talked about this, I believe, in a previous video, like my most previous video, right? We have a lot of people talking about it, but I feel like we don't have enough people talking about it, because if there were enough, right, there should have been a change, but there's no change happening. We're still in the old system. As far as this whole 9 to 5 BS going on, we still got employers on a bi-weekly pay system. That's stupid. That's stupid. You know what I'm saying? That's stupid. You gotta pay bills and you gotta wait 2 weeks for your check. Imagine you got a bill due today, but you gotta wait 2 weeks for your check. You done got a late fee. They blowing your phone up, trying to get in contact with you. They calling you every day. And you know that's them calling, so you just declining the call every time they pop up. Again, you got a late fee now. And you go and ask to get that late fee reversed. They don't want to reverse the late fee. Or you talking to some freaking chatbot. The chatbot's telling you that it can't reverse late fees, and you'll have to submit a ticket to get a response from a human being. And then you submit a ticket, you waiting a while, you may not even get a response sometimes. I'm telling you what goes on. I'm telling you what goes on. And I feel like all of this is by design to keep people in a low vibrational state. Because if you are stressed out all the time, like, that could make everyday tasks more difficult. That could make you procrastinate. That could make you lazy. That could, really mess things up for you and knock you all out of, alignment when you're stressed out. So I feel like this is by design. I feel like everything that is put into place for the people that's not beneficial for the people, but there's no change being made, I feel like that is by design. Because it just, logically speaking, it doesn't make any sense why you wouldn't make change that would benefit the people. Like, really, we should be getting paid every day that we work. Like, you work a shift and then you get paid at the end of your shift. I feel like that should be how it is. But if every employer could be mandatory, if like they could, if the government, I'm sure they could, bro. I'm sure they could. They just don't want to, right? That's what it really just comes down to, like I was saying. But the government should put something into place where employers have to at least have their employees on a weekly pay schedule. Okay? Weekly minimum. 2 weeks is just crazy, bro. That's wild. With how expensive everything has gotten, it doesn't make any sense as to why employers still have employees on a bi-weekly pay system. Because if you have a hefty electric bill because it is the winter time and it's 2025, right? Let's say your electric bill has gone up, bro, damn near 100%. Like no joke. Like, let's say your shit's literally damn near doubled, right? Let's say you was paying on average $250 a month. Winter comes, and now because of these AI data centers and these electric companies on bullshit, just because you want to heat up your home and keep it warm, your electric bill has gone up damn near double. Your bill is $400. You know what I'm saying? Like, imagine, right? Like, imagine like your bill goes up like 70%, 75%. Like, that's crazy. So you got to pay this bill, but that, let's say it puts you in a hole. Well, you got another bill coming up, but you got to wait 2 weeks. It doesn't make sense, bro. It doesn't make sense, because let's say you would have had enough money for that to pay that bill, right? Let's say you would have had enough money to pay that bill, but because the electric bill was so high, you got put in a hole. So you was kind of short. You wasn't short by a lot, but you was just short by a little, but you was still short. But you want a bi-weekly pay system, so you got to wait 2 weeks. You know what you're going to have to do? You're going to have to request for an extension. Or you're just going to have to deal with a late fee or something. And then that creates more stress because now you having to deal with that thing and you don't even feel like it. You've been working all these hours. You working 5 days a week or maybe 6 days a week or maybe even 4 days a week, right? But you tired. You work in a very physically demanding job, like you work at a warehouse or, you're a FedEx, UPS, Amazon delivery driver, something like that, right? A very physically demanding job. You tired, and now you got to deal with this. You see what I'm saying? It's just like everything seems to be by design to keep people in a low vibrational state. So I think what it is a lot of men, to answer her, to respond directly to what she was saying about her needing new people, because listen, this is what it is. This is what I think it is. I think men today are more fed up than ever. Both women and men. I think both women and men today are more fed up than ever with the system in general. Not even just, the job market. Not even just working a job itself, but with the system in general, right? The prices of everything, our government, how things are being ran, just everything, right, as a whole. And I think that social media also plays a huge part in this as well. And with the way things are moving, how it's moving so fast, and it's really moving faster than ever, I think people are just growing more tired and tired. Okay? I think people are growing more fed up, but they're growing more tired. Mentally and physically and spiritually. So it comes to a point where it's like, the only thing that's going to get the people to really come together and do something about it, to actually make a change about this devilish system that is keeping our people enslaved, is somebody got to really shake some shit up, or a group of people. And I'm keeping it light because YouTube be on some bull. YouTube might try to take my video down or something and say that I'm doing this or insinuating that or whoop-de-whoop, and that's not even the case. And then I appeal it, and my appeal gets denied because it's ran by AI. So I ain't even trying to deal with all that. So I'm keeping it real light. But y'all, if you smart, you can kind of get what I'm getting at, right? But it comes to a point where the only way we'll ever see real change is if we can get the people up by somebody or a group of people doing something crazy. Somebody's got to be a sacrifice, or somebody got to shake some shit up. Somebody got to do something wild to get the people going. That's what I think. Because, I mean, look, like, how much more are they going to fuck us over and we just get online and just talk about it? How much more? Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, before social media, people were really getting out there in the streets protesting, like real protesting. Not this fake bull that you see nowadays with, paid actors, niggas just standing around with signs. Like, no, like, niggas was like really, really protesting, going door to door, like, you know what I'm saying? If that's what it takes, if it takes 1 million of us going door to door, then that's what it takes. I'm ready for that. I'm ready for that. Like, I've been saying that I've been expressed how frustrated I am with our people countless times, loud and boldly on social media, and rightfully so. Like, listen, there's been plenty of times that I've tried to have conversations with even my own family about finances. I'm not rich at all. Not even close, right? And I'm not a financial advisor. But I'm not like acting like I'm some guru either. You know what I'm saying? But when I try to have these conversations with family, sometimes it goes nowhere. It goes absolutely nowhere. It's like people just kind of like tune out, So it's very, very frustrating because I know for a fact that if people just came together as a collective and really worked together on creating a foundation for the families, something solid for the family to fall back on, like a high yield savings account, and an investment account, then just doing something as simple as that, everybody pitch in a little amount every week or every other week, however y'all want to do it, or just whenever, nobody should be having a driver's license to have no car. You know what I'm saying? Like, nobody in the family should have a driver's license to have no car, because imagine if you got 10, 15, 20 people pitching in just something as little as, like, bro, imagine you got 20 people pitching in just $1, every week. $1 every week. Do the math. That's $4 invested per person, right? So that's 20 people, so you do 20 times 4. 20, 40, 60, 80. You see what I'm saying? So that's like that's $80 being invested into an investment account. Like a little Robinhood account or something. That's very easy to set up. And that could easily grow. Anybody could pitch in more, because $1, that's bare minimum. $1's bare minimum. $1 a week, $4 a month, like, that's bare minimum. Like, that's, you pay subscriptions that are like $15 a month, $20 a month. You know what I'm saying? Like, video games now cost $70. They used to be $60. My entire life, video games was $60, bro. Hold up, I gotta fix this mic. My entire life growing up, as far as I remember, like a brand new video game was $60. I'm talking about like for PlayStation, Xbox, $60. Now it's $70. Phones is freaking 1,000 plus. Cars are ridiculously high. Car insurance, ridiculously high. Food, ridiculously high. Gas prices, high. Rent, high. Everything's high. Everything's high. You feel me? But you still, even haircuts used to be $20 for a lineup and a fade, a lineup and a taper. $20. Now it's $45. I saw some niggas on TikTok, some barbers, trying to justify $100 haircuts talking about some, we're selling you an experience and what the fuck? What are you talking about? Anyways, yo, even with all that being said, right, like, people still will pay for bullshit subscriptions, but then cry about how messed up the economy is and stuff like that with you, but have no investments. It doesn't make sense. So if you have enough money to pay for a BS subscription in multiple for $15 here, $10 here, $20 here, then you can pitch in some money to an investment account and you'll thank yourself later. But you try to break this down to people. You try to break this down to your cousins. You try to break this down to your uncles. You try to break this down to your aunties. You try to break this down to your siblings. You try to break this down to your parents. You try to break this down to your grandparents, and they may not see it. They may not see the vision. They may not just, they just may not grasp really anything that you trying to convey to them, because people's brains just wired differently. I don't know, bro. So it can get frustrating, right? It can get very, very frustrating because you genuinely want to see everybody, you know, set themselves up for success and not be in a hole financially, right? Because this is your family and you love them, but it's like, no matter how hard you try, no matter how, you know, no matter which way you try to cut it, it just doesn't stick. So you get fatigued. And that's another thing too. A prime reason for that is, again, everybody's just tired from working. Like, you can have a whole sit down with a family member, you break everything down to them, and you did your part, but it's really up to them. It's really up to them if they want to take action and take advantage of the information that you gave them, right? Now, at least you can have that peace of mind knowing that you tried, right? But again, you get fatigued. So, yeah, with that being said, man, I'm gonna leave it at that. Y'all let me know what y'all think in the comments. And you have a blessing, peace, and mouse. Stay safe.